Hi, welcome. I'm Fora, and today we would have been watching Wash It All Away episode 7, but unfortunately I made a goof and apparently didn't record properly. Don't know how that happened. Maybe I just didn't look properly, but hey, that's life. But so we have a little recap of the episode and a little review session. Getting into that maybe as well. So yeah, last episode was a lot more relaxed. Following the festival, though Kinme did work on the doll, which was really nice. She had the new uh, client. We saw the summer jobs that the kids had, the twins, while we had Kyushu continue to work on his parents' inn. And Kinmi also confided in her friend about what happened during, or rather after, the festival with Kyushu, and and her friend convinced her that she was overthinking, which she probably was not necessarily, but hey, at least that's a little load off her mind, and hopefully she has recovered quite a bit from that. This episode, on the other hand, is quite a bit more energetic, and it starts off with Kinmei showing off some skills, some cleaning skills, to the rapt attention of Nairo and her classmates. They have apparently a sort of summer research project, which of course she would choose Kinmei cleaning, so that's nice. She also brought some gifts in the form of some snails, which they enjoyed as a break. And we also learned that Kinmei orders her supplies from a salesman that visits her store weekly and instead of online, and because apparently the knowledge of how the internet works went away and was a victim of amnesia, so that's gone. That's sad, but hey, this topic is then also immediately revisited by the salesman himself, who visits shortly after and tells her about the advantages of online advertisements and how local businesses and every business should work online to get more work. And this prompts Nairo to volunteer herself and her classmates to basically be their Kinmi-san's social media manager. And yeah, well, Kinmi is initially a little bit reluctant, but at the end gives in under the basis that the parents agree to let them work on that project. And yeah, after that, Nairo gets herself the role of photographer, follows Kinmi around during the day, gets some nice professional shots while she's working, and some not so professional shots to the dismay of Kinmei. And yeah, and afterwards they finish the page on Face Note. It's clearly Facebook, but they obviously can't use the name, but it's what it is. And it's a small local business, so you would imagine the rate of followers gained is relatively slow. But she gets her first online order in the form of a hat that got sent in by a person that found a page. And apparently she did a good job, because a few days later her social media page exploded with Nairo coming running in a panic, because apparently the person who sent the hat in was a famous influencer, and she posted about the hat and who was the one responsible to fix it all up. And all of a sudden she gained 2,400 followers, and the orders come rushing in. And yeah, there's lots of orders. Kimmy starts to go basically bottlenecking herself with new orders, has to decline rush orders because there's just too much to do. and also has declined some of the more outlandish offers or requests, such as a pickup from Yokohama, which I checked is about 90 kilometers away, and obviously with Kinmei just being a local person, that's no way to work. She doesn't have a car, so pickups are local only. Um, I guess Kinmei is probably she is glad that she got more work. She mentioned that she has a lull in this time of year usually, but I can already see that this bottleneck is starting to creep closer and closer, and she's probably soon going to be overwhelmed with these orders unless she finds a way to limit these orders through some kind of system, or to get some help to have someone manage the ingoing and outgoing orders managed by a separate person so she can focus on the cleaning itself. And yeah, at the end, uh, we also see Kyushu try to approach the cleaning, but he turns away because he sees how much Kinmei has to work, but Kinmei follows him and says to him that he basically has a pre-order going and his bag takes priority, so that's what she takes, and that's where we leaving the episode. And yeah, I really think that Kinmei should start thinking of something to limit orders, because otherwise she's going to be overwhelmed, and that's not good for her and not good for her social media presence as a whole, but especially not for herself, because she loves cleaning. That's evident. But with everything ramping up so quickly, there's a distinct possibility for everything to go wrong. So I was wondering how long it'll take. And the next episode's title is also called. Hold on. That was too impressive. So I wonder if that is to do with the explosive growth of her social media presence, or if it's maybe about some other project she takes on. So we'll have to see about that. Again, apologies for not actually bringing you a proper reaction, but I hope this will tide you over, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.